Good morning, students. We are reading chapter number 10, Light Reflection and Refraction of your NCERT book, part 1, Reflection. Now, we already had learned about the different types of reflections, laws of reflections, spherical mirrors, plane mirrors, and the different types of images. Now, this is the first part B of the chapter and topics to be covered in this chapter: rules for drawing ray diagrams for spherical mirrors, image formation by concave mirror, image formation by convex mirror, sign convention used for spherical mirrors, mirror formula, magnification, and evaluate yourself. For better understanding of the chapter, refer to page number 164 and 165. Ray diagrams for spherical mirrors. So let us start with the topic rules of reflection for spherical mirror by using ray diagrams. So if we want to see that how the image is being formed in the convex and concave mirror, which we have already studied in the previous topics, you can refer to the previous videos if you have not understood the concave and convex mirror. And here I must recap you the parts of the concave and convex mirror. We have two mirrors here, concave and convex mirror. The concave mirror, the reflection takes place through inside surface, that is from the hair. Okay, and in the convex mirror, the reflection takes place from the outside of the surface, that is from here, the bulging part. So there are 4 or 5 parts of the concave and convex mirror. First was the fold, which was the center of the mirror. Second was the center of curvature, C, which was the center of the imaginary sphere of which the mirror is a part. And the focus. The focus is the midpoint of C and P. So this was C, F and P of the concave mirror. Now there was an imaginary line passing through the C, F and P, and this imaginary line was called the principal axis. Similarly, we have the convex mirror. The reflection takes place from outside the sphere or the mirror. And also we have pole, focus and center. But pole, focus and center, you can see if the reflection is taking place through here, but the pole, focus and center of curvature is on the other side of the mirror, that is the inside portion. It is clear? Now, let us see what does the first rule say. Before telling you the rules of the reflection, I would like to tell you that there are in total 4 rules, and all those 4 rules you have to learn it by heart and practice it by heart. So let us study rule number 1. Any ray parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus after reflection. So here we have the principal axis. Any ray of light which is coming parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes through the focus of the mirror. That is, here is an incident ray of light striking the mirror, and after reflection, because it will get back or bounce back after reflection. So this reflected ray, this was incident ray, this was reflected ray. This reflected ray would pass through the focus of the mirror. Here also we can see in convex mirror also we have an imaginary line passing parallel to the principal axis. Okay, and after reflection what will happen? It will reflect from here, it is striking here, and it will reflect from here. So after reflection it appears to come from focus. Now rule number 2. Ray passing through the focus will become parallel to the principal axis after reflection. Now in second rule, what does it say? That if we have a concave and convex mirror and a incident ray of light coming parallel to the coming to the focus, passing through the focus of the concave mirror. If it is passing focus through the concave mirror, what will happen after reflection? It will go parallel to the principal axis. So rule 2 is nearly the reciprocal of the rule 1. That is, if rule 1 say that any ray parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focus after reflection. Rule 2 says that any ray passing through the focus of the mirror passes parallel to the principal axis. Here also we can see the ray of light is coming and it appears that it is passing through the focus of the convex mirror on this side. After reflection, what happens? It is passing parallel to the principal axis. Now rule 3. What does the rule 3 says? Ray passing through the center of curvature. So here we have the center of curvature. Any ray passing through the center of curvature will follow the same path back after reflection. Means any ray of light which is passing through the center of curvature retraces its path, or if it is coming from here passing through the center of curvature, incident ray is also here, and after reflection it will follow the same path. See, here we have two arrows. First one is an incident ray. First one is showing incident ray and second one is showing reflected ray on the other side. So incident ray is also this and reflected ray is also this ray of light. So we can see here both the lines ray of light, that is the incident ray, and reflected ray coincide. That is any ray passing parallel to the center of curvature passes back to its normal path after reflection. Here also any ray of light, so here is the center of curvature and the ray of light is passing to the center of curvature. It appears to be that it is coming from the center of curvature. So after reflection also we can see it is passing to the center of curvature. That is, it retraces its path. Now let us quickly study the rule 4. Ray incident at pole is reflected back making same angle with the principal axis. So any ray of light which is incident at pole, which is making an angle with the pole, will make the same angle after reflection with the principal axis. If this is 30 degree, then after reflection also it will be 30 degree. So here is, we can see a oblique line and it passes obliquely. Means whatever angle it is coming, it will after reflection passes to the same angle. If it is striking the pole and making an angle with the principal axis. Similarly, in the convex mirror also we can see a ray of light which is passing through the pole. After reflection passes through the same angle, making same angle with the principal axis. So these were 4 rules which we will use in drawing the ray diagrams of the convex and concave mirror. You must remember these rules and you have to practice these rules. In the upcoming ray diagrams which we will draw, you have to take any 2 rays of light. Either you can take the ray parallel to the principal axis, or you can take the ray passing through the focus, or you can take the ray parallel to the center of or passing through the center of curvature, or you can take the ray which is making an angle with the principal axis. So any 2 rays of light you have to take in drawing the ray diagrams. Not all 4, but 2 rays of light you have to draw. So these were the 4 rules. So home assignment, you have to learn and practice all the rules for drawing the ray diagrams for spherical mirrors. So better learn and practice all the 4 rules, and next day we will study about how to draw the ray diagrams or how does the image formation takes place in the concave mirror. And for these ray diagrams you can refer page number 164 and 165 of your NCERT book. Till then, take care and thank you.